السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning guys. Today's lesson 9 reading in unit 4. Before reading, open your student book page 60. كتاب الطالب يا شباب صفحة 60. What words do you think of when you read the word credit card?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Muhammad. Yes.
What's the question?
What words do you think when you read the words credit card?
Fees or money?
Money. Yes. Okay, Muhammad. Thank you. Now, read the text and write sentences to show the history of the credit card. Use the timeline below. This timeline. Okay. On this timeline, you have three dates: 1949 to 1950 and 1952. In 1949, Frank couldn't pay for dinner because he forgot his wallet. Let's listen to this story first, then you will read. Okay? Focus on listening.
The world of plastic. Can you imagine a world without credit cards? Until the 1950s, a world without the use of cash was simply inconceivable. Today, an economic universe without plastic would be impractical. Whether it's for business or for leisure, the credit card is used to pay for goods and services from New York to Beijing. It all started in 1949 when Frank McNamara scheduled a business dinner in a New York restaurant. Before he left for the dinner, Frank changed suits. When the waiter presented the check, Frank realized that he had left his wallet in the other suit. The embarrassing situation was solved, but that night Frank asked himself, why should people be limited to spending what they are carrying in cash instead of being able to spend what they can afford? A year later, Frank returned to the same restaurant in New York. When the check came, Frank handed the waiter a small cardboard card, a Diners Club card, and signed for the meal. This event is known in the credit card industry as the First Supper. Soon the concept of charging it was picked up by merchants as an alternative form of payment to the use of cash. By 1952, the Diners Club card was accepted by thousands of businesses across the United States, and it became a status symbol for those who carried it. The Diners Club card soon became a cultural icon. Hollywood cashed in on the charge-it craze with the 1962 movie The Man from the Diners Club. In it, an employee at Diners Club issues a credit card to a well-known gangster and has to get it back in order to keep his job. The Ideal Toy Corporation joined in the trend when it created a board game called the Diners Club game. The idea of the credit card quickly expanded outside the United States. The Diners Club card became the first international charge card in 1952, with franchises in Canada, France, and Cuba. In 1955, Western Airlines became the first airline to accept the Diners Club card. 10 years later, the card was accepted by every airline in the United States. Diners Club expanded its services to hotels, car rentals, and other businesses. Other famous international credit cards have been created, such as American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. There are hundreds of local bank cards, department store credit cards, supermarket credit cards, and so forth around the world. In 1984, the first Card Members Reward Program was created, aimed mostly at business travelers. It gave valuable benefits and special privileges to loyal users. Now many reward programs offer free airline miles and discounts on hotels and other products. Ever since a businessman forgot his cash in 1949, people have used credit cards. An entirely new business was created that revolutionized the way the world has paid for goods and services ever since.
Hey guys, now who can read the first paragraph? Number 1. Okay, أيمن.
Okay. Can you imagine a world without credit cards? Until the 1950, a world without the use of cash was simply inconceivable.
Inconceivable. means-
Inconceivable.
Yes.
Today, an economic universe without plastic would be impractical. Well, whether it's for business, plastic world,
Business or for leisure. Leisure means pastime or free time. And the word inconceivable means impossible, means or incredible.
okay,
Yes.
or for leisure, the credit card is used to pay for goods and service from New York to pigeons.
Okay, thank you, Ayman. Okay, who can complete paragraph number 2? Okay, Abdulaziz. It all started.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Abdulaziz.
It all started in 1094.
Abdulaziz, you can say two numbers and two numbers, okay? Like this, 1949, okay?
1949. Then
When from?
Frank, Miss Maria
McNamara, yes, McNamara or
McNamara
schedule
schedule a business dinner in a New York restaurant. Before he left for the dinner, Frank changed salts while the waiter presented the check. Frank realized that he had left his wallet in the older salt.
yes. The
embarrassing situation was solved, but that night Frank asked be limited to speaking what
asked
himself why should people be limited to speaking that they are carrying in cash instead of the big apple to spend that they can afford.
Yes, so he asked himself why we use this money in cash. Okay, we can substitute it, or we can use another thing instead of using money. Okay, the idea of inventing this plastic card comes from here. Okay, thank you, Abdulaziz. Another one to complete this paragraph because it's too long. Okay, Muhammad Radwan. A year later,
Frank returned to the same restaurant in New York. When the check came, Frank handed the waiter a small cardboard card,
yes,
a dinner
this
club
one,
card, a dinner club,
dinner club card, yes, and
the second for the meal. This event is known in the credit card industry as the first super. Soon the concept of charging it was picked up by merchants as an alternative form of a payment to the use of cash. By 1952, the Diners Club card was accepted by thousands of businesses across the United States, and it became a status symbol for those who carried it.
Yes. Thank you, Muhammad.
The dinner,
Thank you, Muhammad. That's enough. So this paragraph told us about the story of this card. Okay, the beginning of it. How is the idea, or how does the idea came to the inventor? Okay, next paragraph. The Diners Club card soon became a cultural icon. Hollywood cashed in on the charge it created with the 1950 or 62 movie, The Man from the Diners Club. This is the movie which talked about this card. Okay, in it, an employee at Diners Club issues a credit card to a well-known gangster. Gangsters means the man or a criminal, a member of a criminal group or a member of a gang, اللي هو أحد أعضاء العصابة يعني, and has to get it back in order to keep his job. The Ideal Toy Corporation, a company of toy, joined in the trend when it created a board game called the Diners Club game. The idea of the credit card quickly expanded outside the United States. The Diners Club card became the first international charge card in 1952, with franchises in Canada, France, and Cuba. In 1952, with franchises, franchise means permission, اللي هو الامتيازات يعني. Okay, with franchises in Canada, France, and Cuba. In 1952, Western Airlines became the first airline to accept the Diners Club card. 10 years later, the card was accepted by every airline in the United States. Diners Club expanded its services to hotels, car rentals, and other businesses. Okay, paragraph number 4. Who can read this? Who can read paragraph number 4? Okay, Ayman. Other famous?
Okay. Other famous international credit cards have been credited, such as American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. There are hundreds of local bank cards, department store credit cards, supermarket credit cards, and so forth around the world.
Okay, Ayman. Thank you, Ayman. Another one who can complete, guys. Okay, Ahmed. Paragraph 5.
In 1985, the first card members reward program was created, aimed mostly at business travels. It gave valuable benefits and special privileges to loyal users. Now many
Privileges means benefits
offer
also. Okay, this word privileges means benefits, يعني بيدي امتيازات وفوائد to loyal users. Okay, now
many reward programs offer free airline miles and discounts on hotels and other products.
Okay, thank you, Ahmed. And the last paragraph, number 6. Okay, Muhammad Radwan.
Ever since a businessman forget his cash in 1949, people have used credit card and entirely new businesses was created. The business was created that
revolutionized means يعني يقوم بثورة في عالم التكنولوجيا أو في عالم البيمنت دفع الفلوس يعني the way the world
has paid for good and services ever since
يعني منذ هذا التاريخ الناس خلاص تعودت على الكريدت كارد وعمل ثورة في عالم دفع الأموال خاصة في البيزنس في التجارة. Okay guys, thank you. And now who can complete this timeline? What happened in this day or in this year 1952? Do you remember what happened? Okay guys, in this year here you can find the answer. The Diners Club car became the first international charge car in 1952. Okay, now you have exercise A. After reading, choose the correct meaning of each word. Let's see number 1. Inconceivable means in paragraph 1. Who can answer number 1? Okay, Muhammad, Asim. Number 1.
Be impossible to
impossible to imagine يعني شيء مستحيل تخيله. Incredible لا يصدق. Thank you Muhammad. Number 2. Impractical in paragraph 1. Okay, Yusuf.
Practical,
Yes.
not convenient.
Yeah, not convenient. Very good. Thank you Muhammad. Thank you Yusuf. Sorry. And number 3. Okay, Yusuf Bakir. Limited in paragraph 2 means
B. Kept within a board.
yes,
boundary.
kept within a boundary. يعني حد يضع حد. Okay, thank you. And the next one, number 4, status simple in paragraph 2. Okay, Muhammad Asim.
C. Sign of high
Social standing. Very good. Thank you, Muhammad. And number 5, cash in paragraph 3. Cash in. Okay, Abdullah Suwaida. Cash in means. Okay, Abdullah. Abdullah, cash in means.
Cash in to make money from.
Yeah, to make money from. Thank you, Abdullah. And number 6, franchise in paragraph 3. Okay. Muhammad Radwan, franchise means.
Franchise means a branch of company.
Yes, branch of company. And the last one, revolutionize, paragraph 6. Okay, Ayman.
Okay, greatly change.
Yes, greatly change. يحدث ثورة. Okay. Exercise B. With the help of a dictionary, write down 3 words that start with the following prefixes meaning not. Here are some words which start with incomplete, from the word complete, incomplete. This gives the opposite meaning. Okay. And insane, and last one, invisible. And words start with M, like impossible, from possible, immortal, and imperfect. Okay guys, next exercise is answer the questions about reading. Number 1. How long have credit card been available? How long? Okay, Ayman.
Okay, since the 1850.
Yes, since 1850. Yes, 1850. Thank you, Ayman. And this means from the middle of the 20th century. من القرن الايه؟ العشرين تقريبا، منتصف القرن العشرين وهي متاحة. Okay, number 2. Why was Frank McNamara embarrassed? Okay, Ahmed.
He didn't have enough money to pay for a business dinner.
Yes, when he left his wallet in another suit. Very good, Ahmed, thank you. And number 3, what did McNamara think was a silly restriction? Okay, Ayman.
Okay, number 3.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay, thank you, Ayman. Again, the question, what did McNamara think was a silly restrictions? ايه هو التقيد السخيف اللي هو كان شايفه، او التقيد foolish، ان احنا ايه that people have to pay cash in cash. Okay, in other words. Okay, Muhammad Radwan, can you answer this in other words?
Number
What question?
3.
3. Whoa. What did McNamara think was silly restriction? He thought people should be old to spend what they could afford, not only what they are carrying in cash.
Very good, Muhammad, thank you. Of course, people shouldn't pay in cash only. Number 4, what phrase was used to describe the use of credit card in contrast to the phrase paying in cash? Okay, Ahmed Nasser.
Charging it.
Yes, charging. Yes. Thank you, Ahmed. Number 5. What shows that the Diners Club card was becoming popular? Okay, Muhammad Asim.
Hollywood made a film about it, and a board game.
Very good, Muhammad. Of course.
Dinner Club was created.
Yes, Hollywood made a film about it. Okay, and a board game called Diners Club was created. Number 6. What did the credit card represent to people who possessed one? بتمثل لهم ايه الكريدت كارد دي للناس اللي معاهم الكريدت كارد؟ اوكي يا احمد ناصر.
Number what? 6?
Number 6, yes.
It became a status symbol.
Yes, status symbol. Yes. Thank you, Ahmed. And the last one, how did the use of credit card expand? How did the use of credit card expand? Okay, Ayman.
Okay. It started for use in restaurant and then expanded to other business.
Very good. Thank you, Ayman. Of course, it started for use in restaurant. It began from restaurant and then expanded to other businesses and to other countries and to airport and any supermarket or malls, stores can now use credit card. Okay guys, thank you. And here is a discussion. What do you think the world would be like without credit card? If we don't have credit card nowadays, what would life be like? Okay guys, here is another answer. Thank you Ayman. And this is another opinion. I think the world will be free of the habit. Spend now, deal with it later. For e-commerce, site will give fewer offers. For people will save money and difficult to cope up in times of emergency. The demand for personal loan will touch a new high. It will be hard to change the currency during traveling from one country to another because using credit card is much easier as it works in any currency. Okay guys, now your homework is exercise H and exercise I. Okay, thank you for listening and see you next lesson inshallah. Okay, goodbye guys.